Hey everyone, welcome back to the Foundry Reviews. Today we're checking out The Last of Us Episode 4 here. My name is 97 Jonnyboy, and joining me today is the one and the only, the Moose, Slykiko. How you doing today, buddy?
Yo, I'm hanging in there, man. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. You don't sound so great actually. Now that
No,
we're talking about it, you
no,
okay?
man.
Are you
I
dying?
actually I had a bite of this mushroom
I was
on
gonna
my
say,
burger, and I don't know. I just started like making out with the waitress. It was weird.
interlock the. I don't like thinking about the tendrils and that.
Yeah,
Also, you
that's
shouldn't
where I
be
was going
putting
with it. And I was
mushrooms.
like, yeah, it's kind of
Should
gross.
not be putting mushrooms on your burgers anyway. You
No,
can
it was a
pass one.
crime. I'm sorry.
I don't like
Forgive me.
mushrooms. That's just me though.
I like them. I just like them in like my salad. That's it.
Yeah, like raw.
Yeah, or
That's a
you know what? With like really good pasta with like creamy sauce. Oh yeah.
like
Mm.
fettuccine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other than that, I don't really mess with mushrooms on too many other things.
yeah. But today, the episode's called "Please Hold My Hand," and looking back on it, I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever. I saw it like a week ago or so. We've been having some issues trying to get these reviews. I've been quite busy with some stuff, but we're back on it and thinking about it. Man, when I watched it, I was not super impressed with it. I was really just kind of like meh. I just kind of like consumed. I'm like ready to move on and just get more out of it. I thought it was fine. After episode 3 and thinking about like, man, that episode didn't really move the story along too much, and I really want to learn. I just want Ellie. I just want to like Ellie and Joel. I want to get to their good like conversations and stuff, because in the game, I'm gonna compare it to the game at some points, but I know it's its own thing. But like in the game, like you grow to love them as a duo. Like they have a lot of good chemistry together, and you are fond of their bond together. You like their bond. You want them to get along and shit. And I just do not want to see Ellie at all. I like Joel quite a bit. I think he's quite likable.
Yep.
He's pretty great.
It's kind of funny. The show's done an exceptional job at subverting expectations anytime they're like trying to set up their dynamic. I feel like it's very underwhelming. But anytime they try to elaborate on something completely off base, like the whole Bill and Frank storyline, I can eat that shit up. They
Yeah, it was
nailed
quite
it.
good. Yeah, you're
They
right.
nailed it.
I think they know that Ellie is not the best fit, and I think they're deliberately taking I think they're not putting the camera too long on her, and I think that she is kind of getting sidelined on purpose because she's not fantastic, and the writing for her is not fantastic either.
And that's such a blunder on their end though, because it's like, dude, you
That's
should
the
have just
dynamic of
cast
the
better.
fucking show.
It's exactly. I'm like, it's literally what the show's about. And if you
Yeah.
want the show to go beyond this, which they've already talked about in season 2, Ellie is literally the fundamental part of the entire storyline of
Yeah.
The Last of Us.
I mean, like she
So how did
is
you
like
mess this up?
season 2 is like confirmed, right?
Yeah, no. They've already confirmed it. Yeah.
I'm pretty excited to see how Abby will be on there. Like that scene with like the beginning in the lodge, like, whew, man, that's gonna be heavy. I hope it's done really well. I hope it's done really well.
I think they'll have a lot of opportunities there. Honestly, they could just recast for that too.
Yeah,
I would not mind them being like, oh yeah, Ellie grew up. So anyway, here's this different actress.
yeah. It's like just the forehead's already there. Like her forehead's already 18, 19. So yeah, this episode is mainly in KC, which is pretty cool. Being in Kansas City, they pass Worlds of Fun, which it's kind of cool because, like, if you live in California, New York, or something like that, like, yeah, media, TV is always out there and shit. You always get to see that stuff.
Always
but,
destroying your home. Yep.
yeah,
yep.
exactly. And I'm like, hey, man, like, I know that place. I know that disgusting
Gotta
fucking
represent.
park
Yeah.
there.
Trash my neighborhood. Come on.
Yeah. So, Joel and Ellie, they're kind of cruising around in their big old truck and all the supplies from Bill and Frank. And I was actually kind of disappointed. I'm like, man, they really lost all those supplies so fucking fast.
Oh yeah. Burned
That's-
right through it.
It's like fucking 8 minutes into the episode, and they're like, yeah, we lost everything. I'm like, how? Like, you had everything. You had, like, the best setup known to man right there, which it kind of sucked.
Same thing with like their little camping trip where he's like, yeah, we got the Chef Boyardee. And she's like, this is some gourmet shit. And
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
know.
right?
Yeah, like the 18-year-old fucking ravioli that they're eating. Oh man, her and her jokes, not when she was reading the booklet and shit, that episode was not very good.
the puns aren't
The
helping.
puns. No, she's just not good. She is just not
They're
very
giving
good.
her crap to work with, and then she's not a stellar actress with her performance. So it's like you've got these two things paired together, and unfortunately, neither of them is making up for the other. This is
Yeah,
making it worse.
it's just going against. It's just negative on negative there. Um, it's just like it was a cool dynamic of them like kind of going from building to building in Kansas City when they were being hunted down by that character Kathleen, who's introduced, who's like looks like she's a leader of a like scavenger group, but they kind of live there, but they seem like definitely evil, some bad vibes with them for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
But there's just like I guess the group located in Kansas City, and she's the leader. And you just hear her talking about looking for Sam and Henry. Everyone's talking about looking for these characters, Sam and Henry. If you know the game, you know them. And
Yep.
everyone's just immediately is like, oh, we need to find Joel and Ellie because it's obviously Sam and Henry did this. They're connected to Sam and Henry. And it's like, there's clearly a fucking witch hunt here for these two
Yeah.
characters.
Absolutely. And then we find out more about kind of tying into the game. Kansas City's quarantine zone was actually collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, oh shit, like the people actually caused an uprising and they shut out the QZ. So it's like, okay, well now you've got anarchy, and then for some odd reason, there's no signs of any infected.
Mm-mm.
And
No infected.
that is an ominous sign. That is more honestly in a world like this where like everything's infected, I'd be more afraid of the area that apparently is clear of infected because I'd figure out something's wrong.
Yeah. Plus,
There's a catch to this.
you wouldn't want your guard down anyways for that
Hell
shit.
yeah.
I wish
No.
they paid a little bit more attention to it. I wish Joel was like a little bit more on edge and kind of like curious, like why aren't there any affected out here? Like what's the dealio? But yeah, like it makes sense for us to know because we see all these soldiers and how equipped they are and
Yep.
how just like persistent and just dedicated they are, like searching every single room, looking like for everything, looking like everywhere. But Joel and Ellie don't know that. Like they don't know like what they're equipped with. Really weird scene of some kid just jumping on top of Joel and he wasn't able to fight him off. Like this dude looked like my fucking size, and you're telling me that Joel, who's probably a mass murdering like fucking bandit savage, couldn't fight him off, and Ellie had to pull out a gat and shoot him off of him, which is like really weird because it's like I don't know. I was like I didn't really believe that he couldn't fight that guy off of him.
I had some gripes about that whole situation too, especially how like she kind of just like shimmies over and then like lines up her shot, and I'm like, this is weird. I would have rather they stuck with like the whole game where like, you know, Joel's like actually getting choked out and shit in like water, and then
Yeah.
she just comes over and kind of like pokes the guy with like her knife. I would have loved that a lot more because then it would have opened up for Joel and Joel could have done the rest. But this was just weird. I was like, this feels so out of place and awkward. I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
And then his like whole pleading life thing, I was like, okay,
Yeah, it is just like not great. And he's like, "Oh man, please, my mom." It was really shitty acting by this kid,
right?
and it was like really daunting and kind of scary for Pedro Pascal. Who's like, "Oh, you go to the other room," and you're like, "Oh, he's straight up just gonna fucking murder this boy." Like, okay, like
I
that,
would honestly, I wanted him to just like pull out his gat and just like pump two in his chest without looking, and then just be like, "Give me the gun." Like I wanted that. I didn't want this whole drawn out. Please, my mom, mommy. I was
very-
like, what the hell?
just most of the acting in this episode wasn't great. You know, Pedro
No.
Pascal so far as he's been in the entire series so far, he was fantastic. Ellie not great. The little boy who was yelling and screaming wasn't great. Kathleen wasn't great.
Not great at all. No.
No, she seems. I don't know if they're trying to build her as like emotionless and kind of cold, but
Yeah.
she didn't come off that way at all.
I'll tell you who was great.
Who?
Our dear boy, her like lieutenant with the beard.
Yeah, he looked cool as fuck. Actually, I liked
You
him.
want to know who that is?
Who is that?
That is the actor, the voice actor for Tommy from the game.
Oh no shit! Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, dude, honestly, you clean him up, he totally could have played Tommy in the show too.
Yeah, he looks like my coworker. Is really funny with the beard and everything like that. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that was. I did not know. That's fucking.
That's
cool.
our man.
It's
yeah.
episode 4. What was his name? His name was Perry Jeffrey Pierce. playing
Very.
Perry. Oh, yeah, he was in some
Oof.
Call of Duty stuff as well. Interesting. Love, Death, and
Well, I could see
Robots.
that. Hey, he's got the look for it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. I had no idea. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We also at the very end of the episode we saw a glimpse of who Sam and Henry are.
Yes. Yes,
Um,
we did.
so Joel and Ellie, they're kind of going from house to house, and they figure out a nice little spot that they're gonna stay at. They go to the top of a skyscraper, assuming a skyscraper, top of a building. Joel litters the place with glass everywhere. Set up the best precautions, and is that the comment they had about his ear?
Oh, who's here? Oh yeah, about how she like made fun of his hearing or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was
I thought that was a really interesting dynamic. I was like, I feel like this is a really stupid move to sleep here of all places, and then like I get the glass, but there's got to be something better than that,
yeah,
right?
maybe barricade the door or something like a little bit. I feel like
Mhm.
the lack of attention to detail is really upsetting me, especially with him who's so obsessed with being prepared and like
Yeah,
being like always on the defense, and him knowing what's at stake as well and him following through with it. Like I feel like he should definitely be a lot better. And like not a lot of time has passed between like him losing Tess and right then and there. Like maybe a couple days or something like that. But I mean, like we just had the reminder the last episode that he, like he was still hurt by the fact that she was gone. And
honestly, I'd give it like a week.
yeah,
I'd give it a week because like he already had to go to Bill and Frank's, which apparently is further than it seems, and then the car he has to stop to siphon gas here and there, and then I don't know, maybe a week, but you're right. Yeah, it has not been long at all.
yeah. Would you think that he would still be like maybe a little gun shy and resting or anything like that? He just seems a little bit too relaxed after losing someone just very important with him, who he's been with for like 15 years or 10 years or something like that. Just weird.
Right.
Yeah, so they wake up. Sam and Henry are above them, and they wake him up, and they're like, "Yo, what's up?" And that was the end of the episode. Really cool end to it. If you haven't played the game, you're like, "What the fuck is this?" But like, you know what's coming, and it's exciting the way they set it up. I liked it. But like I said, there's just weird weird parts where they're not really paying attention to detail that I see. It's not the biggest gripe in the world, but I'm like, I have an issue with it. So like, it's simple shit that could have been they could have easily done it. They could have fixed it.
Agreed. Agreed.
And the acting was pretty shit. Kathleen was pretty shit. Ellie was not great at all. She's
Not a lot
annoying.
of good performances on this one, to be honest. Yeah.
No, she's annoying as fuck. Ellie is so fucking annoying. Any interaction with Joel at all she has, I want it to stop. I just want her to be quiet. I don't know.
I'm not taking it too much.
I don't know if it's shovel face herself, or I don't know if it's the writing or what it is with it. But I'm just not big into it.
I hate to say it, but I think part of the issue that like something's working against the show right here is they're trying to cram too much into 9 episodes, and they
Yeah,
haven't really done anything to help like show a change in their relationship. They're
exactly.
just making little changes here and there, and it's like, okay, well, like I haven't seen any progression. I haven't seen him kind of bullying her and not trusting her. I haven't seen any of that crap. And that really bums me out because I'm like, dude, that was what this whole thing was supposed to be
That's
about. Like,
why the
he doesn't
story.
trust her.
Yeah, that's why the story is so impressive, and that's why it's like it's so believable too. Is because and it's you love the story of The Last of Us is because this just the relationship of Joel and Ellie. That's why it's so good.
Absolutely.
And we're not really seeing that. They're not shining with that relationship, at least. Like,
No.
episode 3, Bill and Frank was lovely. It was fantastic. I understand the dynamic of Tess and Joel, and I really appreciate that too. I like them. I guess we'll see how Perry and Kathleen play out the next 2 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a couple episodes ahead. I'm watching it as I think I'm like 2 behind or something right now when they're coming out. And
Okay.
I wasn't super. The acting is not getting any better. I think it might be getting worse, unfortunately. So I really hope they didn't pull out all the stops in the first couple of episodes and started to get lazy, and we're looking towards just like kind of shit. But
Likewise, yeah. I want consistency. I'd rather have that than like little pockets, like little shining moments of
yeah,
like a good show.
of some
I'd
Rogue
rather
One
it
where
just
it's like
go out.
it's good every 3 episodes or
Yeah.
something. But the show seems
Yeah.
like it's getting less and less compelling.
True. True.
But should we give it our number?
Absolutely. What are you thinking?
Maybe a 6.
I'm gonna have to back you up on the 6. It doesn't try to do anything too bold. It
Very
doesn't,
safe.
it tries to stay. Yeah, very safe, but very disappointing.
Also,
Yeah.
Ellie killing someone's a big fucking deal. Like that should have been like I feel like addressed a little bit better too.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would be if a 14-year-old killed somebody in the apocalypse and shit. I feel like that's very weird. But yeah, that's a 6. So there you guys have it. Foundry's giving this one a 6. So we'll be back on episode 5 with more The Last of Us. If you guys are watching this, we should also have The Mandalorian reviews out for season 3. So make sure to show some love over there. But we'll see you guys later on the next review. But until then, bye, you guys.
Bye.